Hey, what's up guys? This week's episode I wanted to just talk about breeding. I've been getting a lot of questions regarding how I pair, the process that I do as far as getting the males in, the females, a lot of questions. So I figured instead of typing all of that, I'd make a video and hopefully this will help them and everyone that's a beginner as far as breeding ball pythons, and hopefully this will help them. All right, let's get this video started. All right, so before we get into the actual process, there's a few things that I look for when I pair. And the first thing is for the females to make sure that they are of good breeding weight. So this one I'm going to show you. This girl is about 1,500 grams. She is probably ready to go this year, but she's still on the smaller end. So, I'd wait to pair her. I would get a few more meals in, maybe a month or so before I start pairing her, and hopefully, if she's an aggressive eater, then we can definitely start getting her locked up sooner. For those that are bigger, just to give you an example, this girl right here is probably closer to 2,000 grams. She's actually, I think she's nesting. I don't know what she's doing, but earlier when I opened this tub, all the substrates pushed all the way back there and she's on top of it, even the water bowl. So I'm not sure what she's trying to do, but she has been locking. She's locked several times with the male, so hopefully she is looking thick, so she's looking good. So that's a good weight. This girl right here is in shed. She laid for me last year. Oh, actually, she just shed. This girl right here is probably 2,000 grams or more, and she is thick, so that's kind of what I look for. So I'll make sure that they're good, healthy, good weight. Let's see, like this girl right here, she eats like crazy. Anything I throw at her, she'll eat it. So that's the first thing you want to make sure, is that you have your snake a healthy weight, or else it may not, she may not lay, or you may end up getting slugs. So that's the thing that you want to make sure that you have. So this particular girl right here, this is how I kind of chart everything. I notate what male I put in there, if they have any locks, the dates, and if you notice there, the dates, if I don't see any lock, I'll throw in another male in there within about a week and a half. If I do see a lock, I wait another 3 weeks or 4 weeks before I throw in another male, usually more likely a month. Now, I did see what I thought was an ovulation in this girl, so I don't know exactly if she did or not. But I don't pair weekly. The only time I would pair weekly is if that male, I didn't see a lock, and if I'm using 2 males for 1 female just as a backup, just maybe because that male is not ready to lock, then I'll throw in a different male in there. And then if I really want the other male to breed her, or actually get her. My dog is in there. There we go. Then I would try that male again and see if it'll lock. Sometimes they don't. Maturity level, maybe they're not mature yet, they're not interested, so that's what happens. But here, I put up a lesser Enchi, had hypo first, no lock, and then I put the OD Enchi, possible hypo, no lock on the 24th. October 8, I got a lock. 11/3, I got a lock. I thought I saw an ovulation on the 28th, but it could be It could be too early, I'm not sure, but she looked like she was swelled up and she hasn't eaten. So let's go take a look. I think she's in shed right now, but this girl is huge. This is a FB70 tub, and you know, she occupies majority of that. So she's probably 2,400 grams right now. So there she is, and she's still eating, not as aggressively as before when she was bulking up. So I have a feeling she may end up going sooner, but you know, we'll see. After she sheds, maybe I'll throw in another lock in there, or I'll palpate her just to see if the follicles, depending on the size of the follicles. So all right, so let's take a look at this Mojave right here. So she shed already, and that's the perfect time. I like to put my males in for an introduction, is when they just first shed. So first thing I also do, and I don't know if you guys are aware of this already, but one thing I do is I take the water bowl out when the male is in there. And I either take the water bowl out or I just dump the water and leave it in there. The reason for that is just for safety. Snakes, just like humans, carry different bacterias. Bacteria in your own body may not make you sick, but it may make another snake sick. Just for me, for safety precaution. I know they do the horizontal tango anyway, so they're swapping liquids, but you know, whatever's in their mouth might be different. So I just for safety reasons, I dump the water out, make sure there's no water there for the male to drink, and I make sure that the tub is humidity is a little higher, so that way the scent is stronger. Okay, so we'll just kind of leave that there, and what I do is just take this one right here. So this male right here is a Firefly Calico. So I just toss him in there. I usually just kind of let him slither in slowly. I've seen a female snake bite a male before, one aggressive eater, and it doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does. So that's it. So you just close it up. I usually keep him there 24 to 48 hours. I put him usually in the evening. I check them in the morning. If they're cuddling or locked, I leave them alone. But if I see that they're kind of in opposite ends, I typically just remove the male. That means for me, they're just not interested. So right now it's smelling the shed right there. It's like, there's a female in this tub. So I think that shed helps. So let me go ahead and leave them in there. Let's see if I can put another male into another female. All right, let's go this way right here. This guy is a Hidden Gene Woma, yellow belly, or possible of gravel. So let me put him, go take the water out, and put her with this ivory female. Let's see how it goes. He looks like he might be going into shed, so we'll see. But there's possible pairing right there. And what I usually do is I take the male's card and I put them there so I know that they're who's in there. So same thing with that Mojave. Take the Firefly Calico and just put it right there. So, alright guys, hopefully this helps. So I'll leave them here overnight, 24, about 12 to 15 hours. Check them in the morning just to see how they are, and I get them all out. If they're set completely opposite sides, I just remove them because obviously they're not interested. But usually 24 hours I leave them in there and I don't mess with them. But this little puppy right here, just taking a nap. Alright guys, and one more thing I forgot, feeding. So I put the males in about at least 24 hours after they have eaten, even 48 hours, and the females the same way, and then I put them away in their tubs, and then on feeding day I'll offer a meal again to them, and then repeat the process. So not all the females are breeding, so I have to kind of put them on schedule. I'll alternate them so I don't work the males too much and they are not getting too stressed out. Let's see, this girl's looking nice. Just a yellow belly. So, alright guys. Here's another yellow belly that has huge follicles, but I don't know if she's gonna grow or not. She's had the follicles for the last 6 months. She hasn't given me any eggs, so we'll see. Alright, quick checkup on this pairing. You can see she shed, but she hasn't pooped, so she probably pooped right before they locked. But that looks like a solid lock right there, and we'll leave them alone until they separate. There you go. Alright guys, till next time. If you haven't done so, please hit that like, subscribe please, and comment down below. Love to hear your comments. If you guys have any additional tricks or tips that you guys can offer people that are watching the video, that would be great. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this beautiful pied right here.